I've been Cammy.
I've been Iona.
And we are both
Fed by Farmers.
Hello and welcome to the Fed by Farmers podcast with me, Cammy Wilson.
And me, Iona Murray.
We are back for, we'll flip things round. We're going to do what would historically have been, I say historically because we kid on, we're going to do these Friday chats, which, by the way, like that was one big thing when we were at the Highland Show, loads of people saying we need more Friday chats.
Yeah, I know. They like them, they're into them.
It's just time, but most, I hate to say the shearing's finished when I still have 500 of my own to shear, which is incredible. So the shearing's almost finished. The show season's just about finished. Things are easing off, so I should have a bit more time, I think, to come in and do some more podcasts. So hopefully we'll do more of these. Before we get into this one, so I forgot to say there, we're moving this week's Tuesday interview to the Friday, just because we need a bit extra time to edit it and get it okayed for that. So we're just going to sit and chat and fill, we want to keep to our Tuesday slot, 7 o'clock.
Yep.
We've not missed it. Well, we've been a couple of hours late, but we've not really missed this weekly one since we started. We're on podcast nearly, I think it's like 65.
Is
podcast
it?
65.
What are we doing for number 100?
Yeah, I need to think of something good. Yeah, we'll need to think of something good for that.
Go abroad?
No, that's enough. That's no. You go abroad enough. What?
No, I don't.
You've been away this year already?
In January?
Yeah, but that's still this year. It's more than, no, it's not more than me actually. Where was I? I've been to Germany. Where else have I been?
Turkey?
Been to Turkey. All business trips, can I just say? All sheep related, work
Business
related.
trips.
That's right, Turkey, Germany, and I'm going to America next month. Again, a sheep related thing. North American Hill Sheep Show. Myself and Alan Blackwood are going, as is Gareth Wynne-Jones and a few other. Yeah, Gareth's going as well. So yeah, it's going to be carnage. I hope those boys don't start in the beers. I won't be able to keep up. But let's quickly, we better thank our sponsors, Crystalyx and Animax. As always, thanks for sponsoring the podcast. We wouldn't be able to do this without them on board. And of course, who else can we thank? Oh no, how else do you support the podcast, Iona?
You could visit fedbyfarmers.co.uk and buy a piece of clothing or drop into your local Cars Billington store.
Good, yeah. Please do jump on and support us. We appreciate it. Right, what we're going to talk about this week. We've not had a catch up for a while. There's
I know.
a few things.
How are you?
All right, it's been busy. It's been a big summer.
Worried about you? Worried sick?
Crazy, don't worry about that. Crazy summer between 3 kids under 3. Yeah, even that, man. Jesus. 3 kids under 3. Roughly 3,000 head of stock running about just now over God knows how many acres in various different spots. What else? Making all these shows, doing all the merch, keeping the sheep game going, Fed by Farmers. Yeah, we do. Landward. I went to bloody Orkney with Landward, actually. We'll talk about that in this one. It's been pretty wild.
Yeah.
What about yourself? How are you?
I'm well.
Yeah.
I'm good. Going to make my yoga tonight.
Yeah, yoga. Are you still doing your breathing thing? No, meditation?
Not as much, but yeah, sometimes.
Why?
I don't know. I've just got out the habit.
don't need
Everything's habit. No, I definitely need it.
I don't think you do.
I
I think
think
if you needed it, you would do it.
Well, I never spoke to you about this properly when I was away
Slow
on
down a wee
holiday.
bit and you'll get your words out.
I'm excited. When I was away on holiday with my family, so it was up near Aberfeldy, and then I
Another
got
holiday, abroad again.
on the way to the Black Isle. And we went dipping in the river, and it was absolutely freezing, but it was great.
What's dipping in the river?
So there was like big plunge pools. So I mean, I wouldn't call it a
You
swim.
took a dip in the river? A duke?
Yeah.
Okay, right.
Yep.
And just, aye.
Just in, and then just like a wee bob about, and then back out.
Right, and that was refreshing.
Yeah,
Cold
it was
water.
great. It was brilliant.
Yeah, cold water is pretty amazing.
It is.
Like I see these people that do all these ice baths and all this stuff. Like it's became a bit of a faddy thing now.
Yeah, it
Obviously,
has, yeah.
Wim Hof method and TikTok and people seeing this, but there's no denying it's like being on drugs when you do it.
But they say the release of dopamine you get is the closest you can get as taking cocaine, but it lasts. So with cocaine, it like spikes and then obviously comes back down.
I wouldn't know. I'll take your word for it.
And I can testify.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I remember you said to me actually you don't like cocaine, you just like the way it smells. No, this is a clean. We do random drug sampling between the 2 staff members, so it's just they're always on edge. It could be anybody.
Right, I feel like that has come across a wee bit like I take drugs. Can I just clarify? I do not.
No, you
take
don't.
drugs.
You cold plunge.
A cold
and
plunge.
It's the same effect. I actually agree because I've done it loads of times, obviously, and you always feel amazing.
You
like,
do.
You come out feeling unbelievable.
Like you get an absolute buzz from
Your aches and pains are gone.
Yep.
It's just getting yourself bloody in there.
I know.
I like a jump in.
Oh,
like
I don't like jumping.
Like I can't slow walk. Say like slowly walking into the sea. No, I want to just look at like edge of Loch Lomond on the jetty, jump in.
Straight in.
Yeah.
I don't like it going up my nose or anything.
Well, you can hold your nose.
You can.
Yeah, there we go. There's always ways around about it.
Yeah.
Or just breathe out as you jump in. And then it doesn't go up your nose.
Yeah.
See that? And then you're doing your meditating as you jump in.
As you jump.
Perfect. So other things that have been happening, obviously, I don't think we've done this since, did we do one just before the Yorkshire show? We've done the Yorkshire, we've done the Welsh. Unbelievable support at the Royal Welsh. Great show. Fantastic show, actually.
There.
Yeah. Oh, I'm forgetting you weren't there. Yeah, the Welsh, always comparing the Welsh to the Highland because they are the 2 best shows. There's absolutely no doubt about it. Hard to split them this year. I think
Really?
the Welsh, I would say, has it on the social side.
Okay.
For sure, I think this year. I think one big thing with the Welsh, there's so many adult bars. I think there's so many options for adults and so many options for I say kids, but for the young farmers. So young farmers, for example, they've got My Campsite. They've got basically young farmers campsite. I can't remember just what they call it there. It's like the Welsh version of the young farmers. They've got a party tent there. They've got a thing they call the members, which is on the show field. So they've like those 3 plus probably, and then they've got the whole of Bowth, which is this wee town. And it's just like a whole party town. Like you can take your beer. So I could buy a beer in one pub and just wander out the pub and walk along the street and go in the next pub with the same beer.
Really?
Yeah. It's all plastic cups, obviously, but it's not like,
Yeah.
a Highland show you go out in Edinburgh and it's very Edinburgh.
Oh yeah. Well, even within the Highland show, you're only allowed drinks in certain areas.
Good point. That's another thing. Yeah, they're getting quite. Yeah, that's right. I did notice they're cracking down on that.
But is that people ruining it?
Well, have been.
And it's like, I suppose you've got kids going around, and it's.
But not at nights, is it? But then during the day. But then kids coming to the Highland show, they're going to expect to see an adult holding a pint of beer.
Yeah,
like, it's
I know.
Yeah, there will be reasons for that. Will be some of them will have ruined it. But yeah, in the Welsh, they've got like the Charlie Bar, which is just like the Charlie has its own building. The Charlie Cattle Society has its own building.
Oh, wow.
And there's a big bar in it. There's I think maybe the Welsh Blacks or a bar has it as well. Just loads of different options that go into the night. And there's a lot of singing and jovial stuff. The shearing at the Welsh is unbelievable.
Is it?
And yeah, I spoke to the guys actually at the Highland because I think one thing that Highland has to do, absolutely has to do, is move the open final of the shearing to the Saturday.
Instead of the Sunday?
Every other big show, I don't know about Bath and West and these ones, but the Yorkshire and the Welsh, which are the only other 2 big shows I've been to this year, both have their open final, which is a showpiece event. It's the top shearer. They have their open final on the second to last day.
Yeah.
So you can have a few beers at it.
That makes sense.
It's a party.
Yeah. On Sunday, everybody's going home. Everybody's over it as well. By the last day of the show,
All the
you're done. Everybody wants up the road.
Yep. The livestock guys are all sitting in the queue waiting to load their sheep. I think this year, maybe it was like 4:30, 5 o'clock by the time the open final get done. Nobody's interested by then.
No,
they're
not.
scunnered, they're ready for up the road. They can't have a beer because
They're
they
driving
need
home.
to drive up the road. They need to get stock up the road. They're most people only stay the Saturday night. They're home the Sunday. Whereas you put that on the Saturday night, that open final, in the Scottish National final, everybody's had a beer.
Yep.
Or they can have a beer. Sorry, they can enjoy the party thing. They're staying the night. Shearers, like all the Welsh and English guys that are travelling up, can make a weekend of it. They can say, right, I'll shear on the Saturday, stay the night, have a few beers, see a bit of show on the Sunday, and then head up the road Sunday lunchtime.
Makes sense.
Far better, I think. So that's one, because like the biggest final at the Highland Show just now is the senior final, which is the grade down from open. I'm getting complicated there.
Okay.
So actually the biggest crowd and the biggest buzz
is for
the senior final because
they aren't even the best.
No, they're just a step down from the best, but that's because it's on the Saturday evening.
Yeah.
The Saturday afternoon. So yeah, hopefully that's one. Hopefully that we can tweak. There'll be a reason for it. There will be a reason why it's done that way. I just don't understand the reason. I mean, another good thing is you get finished up in the Sunday. So in the Sunday, you could hold like a veterans and a ladies competition. So they have a ladies competition out at Highland. Move that to the Sunday and maybe do a veterans competition, which they do at the Yorkshire and at the Welsh. So you get like some of your old school icon legends back that are, 50 plus. Obviously, we wouldn't allow Hamish Mitchell to compete in it because he's too good. But, some of these other old boys back to compete. Bit of crack. And if you just do those two competitions a Sunday, the Sunday's wrapped up by lunchtime or the back of lunch. Your judges can see a bit of the show. Your men hauling the sheep in can get out before the rush.
Yep. No, Cammy, you've sold it to me.
Have I said enough?
I'm sold.
Okay, that's my thoughts. Get the shearing there done on the Saturday. I think it'd be a great thing. So hopefully they can do that. So yes, what else? That was it. I sung Wales' praises. Probably the Highland probably still wins it for stock. I think, great stock at the Welsh, but I mean Highland has fantastic show of stock. So does the Welsh, but I think it probably tips that. Maybe I feel like Highland's bigger, but I actually don't know the acreage. Just walking around, I feel
feels bigger.
Yeah, I feel like Highland's a bit bigger as well. But honestly, that social side of the Welsh is unbelievable.
Yeah, I do think that is one thing with the Highland that it lacks is the, like you say, for adults at night time. Where are you going? Yeah,
then the sheep lines is such a big thing. There is, the cattle lines, the sheep lines. That is still a great social side of it.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm not knocking that at all. There's just quite a lot of different options.
Reduce the risk of fly strike and livestock irritation at grass with Crystalyx garlics. Flies and midges are a constant pest to livestock throughout the summer and are responsible for diseases such as summer mastitis, pink eye, blue tongue and Schmallenberg. No repellent is 100% effective in the fight against airborne biting insects. However, Crystalyx garlics can play an important part in reducing the number of flies that land on livestock. Containing concentrated garlic extract, 5 times more potent than pure dried garlic, Crystalyx garlics offers a natural defense to biting insects, with the high sulfur compounds in garlic acting as a natural insect repellent. With a full complement of vitamins, minerals and trace elements, Crystalyx garlics balances the known deficiencies in forage while stimulating the rumen for enhanced animal performance. Make the switch this summer to research-proven Crystalyx garlics.
Have you been watching any of the Olympics?
Yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I love the Olympics.
What's your favourite sport?
Oh, my favourite sport?
To watch.
Oh, I mean, the absolute blue ribbon is athletics, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah. What's a better Olympic sport than athletics?
Gymnastics.
Nah. Gymnastics is good, but it's not athletics.
Okay.
Because do you know what I like about athletics? And to some degrees, you could argue this about football as well, is it doesn't matter how rich you are, you can do athletics. Whereas gymnastics is generally for rich people.
Yeah, because you have to go to lessons.
You have to pay for lessons, join a club. Gymnastics, it's all expensive stuff. You have to have the facilities. Whereas, and that's partly why you see your African nations do so well in athletics, where it's not about how rich you are.
See, when you're saying athletics, is it only running?
No, there's like,
your high jump and javelin.
But I'm not really into those things either.
Yeah, so it's really the running?
Really, it's running. Yeah. But yeah, track and field, mainly track. But yeah, the running is just such a pure sport.
Yeah.
Like, because everybody at some point in their life has ran. If they're lucky, obviously there's exceptions to that. But if you're able-bodied, everybody at some point has ran.
Sure.
So like, if usually that pure talent, like I say about a lot of things, like maybe swimming's not a good example because Michael Phelps was so good, but probably the greatest swimmer that ever lived.
Yeah.
Never swam. So I use that as an example, right? Whereas with running, I'm pretty certain Usain Bolt is the greatest sprinter that's ever lived.
Are you?
Yeah. And by the same way that, the current men's marathon record, who is like 2:01, I mean, just over 2 hours for a marathon, and I've forgot his name now, which is absolutely, it was Kipchoge, but he's lost. Kipchoge was the guy that ran the sub 2 hour marathon that most people would have seen. It was like Nike did a thing, it was like sub 2 hour marathon. He did it, Kipchoge, but I'm fairly certain the guy...
2 hours for a marathon?
That's unbelievable. But the guy who has the world record, I'm fairly certain whoever's breaking the world record at those distances now is the greatest that's ever lived.
Are you?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, human evolution's a big factor in it. Sports science is a big
factor. How have we
in it.
evolved to run better? Surely we don't need to run as much now as we used to.
Good point. Good point. But well, just but evolution. We're just getting bigger and stronger, and
Are we? Mm-hmm. There's a lot we folk about.
there is a lot of wee folk. You noticed them too. You noticed them as well.
That just Jordan.
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but yeah, evolution definitely. Like, because it's not the old thing like back in Robert Burns's day, and William Wallace's time, etc. The average height was like 5'5".
Really?
Or, 5'6". I'm making that up, but really short. Whereas now the average height's probably 5'10".
Right. I want to ask a question on that. Have you ever had to send your height to somebody?
As in, we talking about a dating app, or what are you talking about?
No, I just mean who's taking those statistics for average height?
Good question, but I imagine it's from the NHS.
Oh, you do get, yeah, your height and weight.
Your doctor will know your height, so I'd imagine it's just through the NHS.
You should not go do it from dating profiles because there's a lot of lying on there.
A lot of lying. Everybody's over 6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That is a big thing. Do ladies like a man that's 6 foot? They like tall men. What's the story there? I see a lot of like social media videos. It's like
but I feel sorry for
looking for a man in finance. What's that song? Looking for a man in finance. Blue eyes. Trust fund. 6'5".
Yeah, and then they did like farming ones for it. Looking for a man in
shirt,
farming.
Brown shoes.
Yeah. So I'm going to say I feel sorry for males because I feel that there's pressure to be tall, but people can't do anything about their height. And I feel like it's a big thing.
Okay. Shout out to all the short kings.
I feel so, yeah. I think there's just something about a male being taller than you is attractive.
Okay. Get into the hunter-gatherer thing. I think that's what it comes back to.
Protector.
It's like picking breediness. Aye.
Mm-hmm.
It's like choosing a good tup.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You're looking for a bit of length.
Yeah.
A carcass.
You're right.
It's the exact same
I
thing.
do look at the carcass.
Yeah, and carcass is important.
Also, just another wee sporting related thing.
Wait, just sorry, we never actually confirmed. What is your favourite sport at the Olympics?
Oh, I don't really watch the Olympics.
Why did you bring it up? Why would you bring it up? Why bring it up if you have no interest in it?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm
just getting excited. I thought we were going to have a conversation. Well, can I just say, while we're on the record here chatting, and this is just a laid back Friday chat, everyone calm down. Think a ball. Right, I can't even have this conversation with you, man. I brought someone else
should
in.
we swap with Ashley? Ashley, do you watch it?
No. Think a ball. Right, the Dutch girl.
Right.
Okay, at the World Champs, she fell in the mixed 4x400 relay, right at the line. She almost to win it. She fell and ended up not getting a medal at all at the World Champs. Awful. But then the final race of the World Champs was the 4x400 meter women's, and she came back from way behind to win them the gold medal at the World Champs. And it was like the first event she blew it, and the last event she redeemed herself, and it was a beautiful story.
Lovely.
Well, the 4x4 mixed relay the other night, she was miles behind going into it. So she runs the last leg.
Right.
Okay, so it goes it goes boy, girl, each leg. And it was down to the girls on the last leg. She was miles behind the UK and America. I mean, I'm talking like 30 metres coming into the last bend. So only 200 metres to go. She's about 30,
God.
but it was mental. Absolutely mental. And she just closed it and took her on the line. And it's just what the Olympics is all about. Like, it was amazing.
Yeah. Wish you mosh.
She's pretty solid about it. Like, she's just quite amazing. She's just quite cheery in that too. Like, she's just good. So yeah, that's been probably my highlight of the Olympics so far. Definitely my highlight of the Olympics so far. Which is weird because it's such a non-event. The mixed relay, it's such a
take it or leave it. Kind of like the BMXing.
Aye, it's worked bloody hard for that. No, but I agree. BMXing. It's just surfing for me.
Oh, I didn't know there was surfing.
Surfing's in it.
Come on.
And golf. There's a few mad things these days.
Right, golf. This blew my mind to the point I thought it was a wind-up. Did you know that they move the holes on a golf course? They move the holes.
Yes. Every day. Of the competition. They move it every day of the competition.
No idea.
Okay.
It was because it was this TikTok and this girl was on and she was like, my boyfriend just home from golf and whatever, and then they were just talking and she was like, oh, how'd you go on? And he was like, oh, they made the course really difficult today. And she was like, what? Like the course that you play every week? And then he's like, no, but they move the holes.
Yeah. Well, it's on the green. The green is the green, okay? Mm-hmm. So the green is the big bit at the end. It's really well mowed. Mm-hmm. It's really short. Yeah. And they'll just move the hole around that green.
I can't believe that.
So they don't move the whole green, they just move the hole around the green.
Yeah, I can't believe that.
Yeah, I think it's just to add more excitement. Well,
no, it makes sense. And people say golf is boring.
Oh, I definitely don't think I do like golf.
Do you?
Yeah, I like golf. I mean, I wouldn't go and stand and watch it, but I like watching the programme about it because it's quick. It's like you just see everyone's shots.
What do you mean?
Well, like if there's 100 golfers out there, it doesn't just follow the one guy walking about. It goes, here's a shot, here's a shot, here's a shot, here's a shot.
Oh, okay, yeah,
so you're constantly
yeah.
just watching golf shots, and it's quick paced. It's good.
Man, it's always tried to get me into golf. I've been for a few lessons, but then I broke my finger when I was lambing one year, and it's like I can't grip with my pinky.
Aye.
So
for anyone watching, don't. If you're listening on audio, just stick to the audio thing. It's pretty grim. Take my strong hand, child. What film's that out of?
I don't know.
Scary Movie 2. Did you know that? Scary Movie 2? Yeah. Got to stuff the chicken. Gotta get right up there. Guy's got like a wee hand. But he touches everything with it when he's cooking the food. A mashed potato. It's good. Anyone that's seen Scary Movie 2 will be finding this amusing. But anyway, back to business. Farming.
Yep.
Let's talk about farming. What's been happening in the farming world recently? What has been happening that shook things up? I should have had a better look at the news going ahead. I mean, well, obviously, big change. I don't know if we've actually done a podcast since the election, have we? Labour have won a landslide. That's terrifying for farmers, I think, just based on what happened in Wales. Not to get political, but yeah, I just think what's happening in Wales, or what happened in Wales that kind of got kiboshed. But
yeah, so what is all protests? Has everybody stopped? Have they got anything?
they postponed. They were clever. They just didn't cancel it, this tree planting thing, but they postponed it for a year.
Right. Okay.
But to me, that just says let's postpone it till after the election so we don't lose any votes, and then they can go again. But we'll see what happens with that. Let's not get too political. Did you vote? No.
No.
Disgusting.
Do you?
No, but like men have always been able to vote. Women had to fight hard for the right to vote, and you're not even doing it.
I know, but I just...
I'm only like, did you?
You saw what I know about the Olympics. I know less about... I have no idea. Like, I don't listen to the news. I don't listen to the radio. I have no idea what's going on out there.
It's actually the best way to be.
Honestly,
I've seen all these riots
I'm ignorant,
down south.
and I do feel ignorant. But I had a conversation with somebody about it, and they were like, protect your peace.
Oh, I like that.
And I thought...
I've always said that. Like, one thing I hate is that if I get to my lunchtime and somebody's ate my piece, I'm absolutely raging. Like, no, I know you laugh, but you ever anything worse that, like, especially if you're away working from home somewhere and there's not a shop nearby and you open up your lunchbox and someone's ate your piece. So, yeah, everybody, protect your peace. Great advice, Iona. That could be a tattoo up your forearm.
Were you eating my yogurt earlier?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
I did. But you didn't protect your peace.
I didn't.
Take your own advice. So in the farming world, yeah, with that big change there, things are okay, I think, at the moment. We sold our first lambs today. We're filming this. This is Monday. This comes out tomorrow morning. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Average £150 a head.
Wow.
For 42 lambs.
Oh my God.
That's
amazing. Insane.
Amazing. It's all needed. Can I just say? It's all needed. But it was very good. The most I've ever got this time of year. Like,
yeah, that's mad. It's early.
Just off their mother. Like, incredible.
I've got a question. Why do you have so much land rented, but not enough to stock it all?
It's a good question. So with the land rent thing, if I get offered a bit of ground, I take it. And that's part of my problem. That therein lies the problem.
Yeah.
So, but a couple of reasons. It's easy to get more sheep. It's easy. You can get more sheep anytime. You can and you can't. I don't get more sheep because I don't want loads of debt because I can't afford to buy them.
Because you're spending so much on renting the ground.
Partly that. That's partly why it doesn't make any money. I'll accept that. But if you say no to that bit of ground, it's not like next year you can say, "Oh, can I get that bit of ground now?" That's not how it works.
Yeah.
So, like, for example, like if I get offered a bit of ground and I take it and I rent it, unless the landlord decides he's selling it,
It's yours.
I'm probably going to have that bit for the next 10, well, for as many years as the landlord owns it. So that opportunity doesn't become available to anyone else. So if I don't take that bit of ground, you'll not get the chance of it again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I get you. But is your idea that you'll in the long term you will stock all the land you've got? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just build it up.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I'll stock it all. It's just. I suppose part of my problem as well is it's so hard to get started.
I know. Yeah. So you'll
So
still
hard to
got
get
that. You'll
started.
still have that.
So now if you get a chance a bit of ground, you're like, oh my God, a bit of ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, it's just so hard to get a start. Like, I don't even know what to say to folk when they're on it now. Like, how do you get a start? Like, pure bloody luck. Like, just luck.
Yeah. And and getting yourself out there.
Oh, yeah, you need to. I've said this a million times. You need to. But yeah, so that's my thing. We pay too much bloody rent for the amount of stock we have. But the stock's
How
climbing.
much? What's your rent bill a month?
I don't know, a month it doesn't work like that. It's like seasonal.
Right.
I couldn't even. Honestly, I couldn't even guess. I mean, it'll be in the accounts for last year, I think, or whenever they're done for this year, I'll be able to see them. Whenever they're done for last April to April, I can usually see them, but I would guess it's somewhere like 90,000 or something.
A season, a year,
Yeah,
a season,
a year,
a year.
£90,000.
That is absolutely insane.
Yeah, and we get about. That's between me and Lizzie, between both bits. To be fair,
And
you get about 40 grand back in subsidy, so about 50 grand net, 50 grand rent.
Wow,
Well, not that bad. No,
it's a lot.
what is that? Yeah. Oh, listen, I know it's a lot. I know.
But now I feel like I've got more of an understanding of it.
But this year's the year. Like,
Okay.
this year's the year, I think, because with 1,500 lambs this year,
Yeah.
the price is held. We're not quite debt free. I owe like United Auctions over 30 grand, but once that 30 grand's paid off, like the rest of the lamb money comes into the business, and we can tuck it away to pay rents next year, and maybe buy more stock. So like, I feel like this is the year.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to get ahead. I always say that right enough, but I do feel like that till somebody phones and says there's 300 acres here. Do you want to? I'll be like, yeah, can I? Hello, I'll be phoning Jim Craig or phoning United Auctions. Can I get another 40,000 to borrow to buy sheep, please? I stick 10% interest on it. No bother, that's fine. Beggars can't be choosers, but yeah, it's a tricky balance to get.
I know. Especially when you're on the sort of growth at the moment, like.
Yeah, it's just because I lamb more sheep. Yeah,
You're trying to build up right now. It's not like
I don't know what I'm doing. That is the honest thing.
I know, and I do get that from you sometimes, but I think it's.
I'm just happy.
Are you?
I just want to be really, really busy.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to be chasing my tail all the time.
Why?
I think it's good for you.
We're such different people.
Yeah, I know. But see, if you're just chasing your tail all the time, you don't have to worry about anything.
I know, but I think. But that's almost just like putting a plaster on it rather than looking into why you would need to worry in the first place. If you get yourself to a place where you don't need to worry about things, whether you're busy or not, then surely that's the place to be.
Oh, I like if folk have got that place, that's good. But I've got a million things to worry about, so it's better if I keep working. Don't think about it. I wouldn't sleep at night if I didn't, if I stopped to think about things. So I just, there's a million things to think about. Loads of balls up in the air. But actually, see if you just keep flat out, don't worry.
I just think like that is an unhealthy message to spread.
Oh, to be fair, yeah, you're probably right. But each their own.
No, I back that.
Like, I'm all for it's like I said, I'm not into going out and doing holidays and stuff, but I spend so much time away from home going to shows and speaking to people. So I've done my socialising.
Oh, yeah,
and my trips
I
away.
back that,
Do you know what I mean? I've done my holidays.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I enjoy being at home now, just working. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's almost like it's a novelty for me, the way things have gone,
I know.
with the
How
shows and
is
stuff.
has Lizzie got on with you being away so much?
She's a machine. Yeah, she's class.
Yeah.
She's class. I know, no bother.
Bonnie,
I
do
mean,
you
I
know-
get a tune out
Do you?
now and again, but I need it.
Oh God, yeah.
Like, she is good for that. She's fierce, but I like that.
Yeah.
I like a bit of fire.
Am I? Yeah, God, yeah. You need
Aye.
it.
Oh, definitely, it's good. So yeah, no, things are fine that way. Other farming things, I don't think there's anything else much to report. on that side of things. Yeah, it's okay. I'm trying to think of any big news to share. Like if I got a new bit of ground or anything, I'm quite happy to share it and talk about it. But no new ground on the go at the moment. We are maybe sending some lambs down to Lincolnshire actually.
What for?
To finish actually. Remember Rob Atkinson that did the podcast at Wally Store Lambs? So maybe sending 500 down to a bit near where he does some.
Right.
So just to finish, so there'll be lambs going down to finish on veg crops. So I might try a bit of that.
Why?
So we'll report back on that.
Why, just to try it out?
Yeah, just to finish
Why
the
wouldn't
lambs.
you just finish them up here?
Well, have you got a bit I could put 500 lambs?
No.
Well then. No, yeah, just because of so many this year. It's wintering's a hard thing. wintering, any sheep business, like the key to everything I think is wintering.
Right.
The amount of winter grazing you have basically denotes how many sheep you can have. Because the summer's easy, because there's grass everywhere. But it's the winter is the key. So that gives me an option to put, rather than selling them store, we could send them away and try and finish them. We'll try it.
Yeah.
Try it 1 year, see what happens. We'll report back on here.
Somebody messaged me the other day. Basically, so they had been at this event, and afterwards they went to a pub quiz, and one of the people that was there was like absolutely smashing this pub quiz, and anyway ended up going on to win it, right? And everybody was like, "Oh, like how is he so good at this?" Blah 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 blah. Anyway, the person who messaged me then the other night just listened to the podcast that we did with Lizzie when we did the first quiz, and he said it was all the same questions that had been in the pub quiz. Honestly. And he was like, "You've solved a mystery." He was like, "We did not know what was going on."
So that guy obviously listened to the podcast.
Yeah, and then it just by chance, it was the same question.
They've obviously Googled, like, that's where we're going wrong. We've decided we're working on trying to get a more balanced quiz that is unique to us. So the quizzes will be back. But yeah, we just Googled like pub quiz or something like that. Yeah. So they've done the same thing and just used the exact same questions. That is good, isn't it? That is good. So there you go, funny. Fed by farmers, winning you a free meal or whatever the prize was. Fantastic. But right, okay, I think I've nothing else really new to report. Looking forward to breeding sales are going to be starting soon. We are not buying any breeding sheep this year.
Are you not?
Well, that's a lie. I just phoned a man today about buying sheep.
Did.
No, we buy ewe lambs off Billy Welsh every year, who's a local man who will be on the podcast at some point. So we'll buy ewe lambs off him like we always do, but nothing else.
Okay.
No breeding stock.
You've got enough?
Yes. That'll give us 400 ewe lambs to tup. We'll tup the 400 ewe lambs, and we will basically, we'll anything that's empty, we'll put up the road.
Okay.
Anything that's empty will go to market as a fat lamb, and we'll lamb the hogs. We're going to lamb them as hogs. I've got a theory about this.
Why?
I think a couple of things. Two main things, right?
Maybe just explain to people who don't know what hogs are.
A hog is a 1-year-old sheep. So after Christmas, a lamb becomes a hog. So it's a hog. Born in April, it's a lamb up until Christmas, then it becomes a hog.
And then it becomes a gimmer, and normally they're not lambed until they're gimmers.
Well, everybody's different, but they can be lambed as hogs. Quite a lot of folk would, like blackies would never be lambed as hogs. Like hill sheep would never be lambed as hogs. They'd be taken on to be 2-year-old because they're a bit slow to mature. Whereas like Scotch mules and that, they still take 2 years to mature, fully, but they can be lambed as hogs.
Okay.
And my theory is, well, one, my gimmers are too wild. Like, if you have to catch them at lambing time, they're stone mad. And
why would hogs not be as wild?
No, they probably would be as wild, but they're a lot smaller and easier to deal with.
Right, okay.
And I think there's this whole thing about like a wee hog's a great mother. Like, she's a great mother.
Right.
Really motherly, whereas this gimmer, I'm finding like hard to get her to stay with the lamb. If you have to grab her and fight with her and lamb her, she just wants to bolt. And I'm thinking we're skipping the natural process of things, because I think if she wasn't meant to lamb as a hog, she wouldn't start her cycle. She wouldn't take it up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I've now convinced myself that actually we should be lambing them as hogs. But I think the problem and the reason why I don't like lambing hogs is because historically, whether it's been that we've lambed some of our own and it went not too bad, but historically as a boy, when we were lambing hogs, lots of problems and stuff like that, using the wrong tups.
Too big?
Too big. And folk think going, maybe like a Beltex or a Charlie or something like that, it's a finer thing. easier to lamb. I think no. I think we're going wrong. I think we need to look at things like what Innovis are doing and Logie Durno are doing. They don't quote me exactly what they're doing, but you know, I think I know like Logie Durno was using Shetland tups on the hogs.
Wow, right, okay.
And it's just about getting a nice, easy lamb out. So you're not trying to produce this big meaty lamb out your hog. You want it just to have a nice, easy lambing. Just produces a lamb without too much stress and hustle. It doesn't hold her growth back too much. Doesn't destroy anything at the back door, you know, that she might need for future. And doesn't take too much out or sucking off her, you know.
It just doesn't sit right with me.
What's that?
The fact that I just think the fact that she's still developing and she's having a lamb. I just think there's something. I don't know. It's funny with me.
But it's nature. Like it must be.
Yeah. No, I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
well,
no, I know.
It's like humans. It's like the whole thing with humans is like after you can tell me if I'm wrong here because I think this is the biology of it. But after a female's had her period, she's technically at age of reproduction. Is that right? Yeah. So like nature's deciding.
I know, but I suppose, but again, though, it wouldn't sit well with us. Like
no, and it doesn't. I've got rules against it.
Yeah, no,
of
I know.
course,
Yeah. I know, but I don't mean. Yeah.
I'm talking about nature. Like it.
Yeah.
Why would it do that? What purpose? You know, nature doesn't really do things.
No, I back that.
Without a purpose, apart from your appendix.
I know, funny. They're not going to get it all right though.
I know. I think someone told me, was it not the appendix was good for when you used to eat a lot of raw meat? And then we don't, or something about that. Don't quote me on that. I make things up in this podcast all the time. But back on point, I think, you know, nature decides it. And, you know, we're usually taking that hog and then crossing her with a breed that isn't our own, which isn't natural. You know, really you'd argue that sheep should stay with their own breed and that's the breed they're designed to produce, etc., etc. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. So we're going to top her with a mongrel Clin cross Cheviot Shetland thing.
Wow.
We kept 20 of them whole, our own ones, lambs. I don't know if they'll get big enough to actually tup them.
Right.
So I might end up buying tups.
Okay.
But the plan is we've got Shetland cross Cheviots that we put to the Clin. Small, fine lambs, wee bit of cover on them. We left them entire at marking time, 20 of them. Just throw them in with the ewe lambs and see what happens.
Right.
Madness, I know there'll be folk just like cringing listening to this. Absolute madness. So, but that's my thought.
Okay.
And you just want a lamb out them. You don't want, because the lamb's a bonus. Like right now, we're wintering those ewes, right? To take them through the winter, you're probably 30 quid plus for all your time. You do your medicines, your winter keep, your time. You've got at least 30 quid to get them through the winter. Whereas now I'm taking them through the winter and getting a lamb back. So if you get 100 quid for that lamb,
extra.
Well, you're 70 quid up, you're not.
You know. No, I hear you on that.
And not just about the money side of things, it's also about keeping that maternal trait that I feel that they're maybe losing a bit, that maternal instinct they're losing because they're going too long before having their first lamb and maybe reducing the size slightly.
Okay.
Because the gimmers are getting too big and strong. Maybe a slightly smaller gimmer would be fine. Just my thoughts.
Yeah, no.
We're going to try it this year. You'll see it all on YouTube. That's going to be that's where I'm at just now. But I would love to hear in the comments how ridiculous that sounds. I do not mind being wrong. I'm wrong most days. So we'll try that. But anyway, is it enough time for this chat? Anything you want to add, Iona?
No, I was going to ask you if you've ever been to the Fringe.
Yeah, I just knew the whole time I was talking to you, you're just thinking about something else. So
that was what I was thinking about.
I'm only joking. You're thinking about a wee blackie hog having to give a lamb.
Aye.
But that happens too, right enough.
Does it?
Don't tell me your dad's never had a hog popping a lamb out. Come on.
Not that I know of.
It happens.
Well, just like a tup getting in by accident?
Just like a rig or something at the winter and there's,
right.
Accidents happen. What was the question? Have I been to the Fringe?
Yeah.
Not my thing.
No? Why not? Do you not like, sorry for people who don't know the Fringe.
The Edinburgh Fringe, and most people know about the Edinburgh Fringe. I think it's the biggest arts festival in the world.
Wow.
Yeah.
I suppose I don't really see it as arts, I just see the comedy.
Yeah, but they do all sorts. I think there's a play about J.K. Rowling and some transphobia thing, and there's all sorts of weird things on the go, yeah. It was hitting the headlines. No, it's not my thing at all.
Okay, too many people?
Yeah, and you probably need to stand in queues for things.
Not into queues.
No, queues, and then lots of people. Probably nowhere to park.
Oh my God, you're so old.
But is there anywhere to park in Edinburgh?
Cammy, have you always been like this?
Probably. Well, I've never been to Fringe. Does that answer that?
I got
I'm
a
very
ticket. I got a
miserable.
ticket in Glasgow.
I'm
the other
surprisingly.
day.
I think I thought I'd be surprised at how miserable I am.
Yeah, so do I.
Aye.
Um,
I mean, I'm cheery and happy enough, but you know,
yeah,
I
no,
like it.
miserable's the wrong word.
I
You
like it. No,
just,
but like miserable in terms of yeah.
right. So, have you been to like a stand-up comedy show before?
I went to Kevin Bridges.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, he was good. Yeah, certainly his first one was very good.
Kind of funny, isn't it? It's funny,
He's-
but I think seeing stand-ups like big names, there's too much pressure on it being good.
Yeah, maybe, but then like, I've never seen Frankie Boyle, but Frankie Boyle was always good.
Oh, he's a bit rude for me.
Yeah, I could understand that. Yeah, I could understand that.
The
What kind
stand.
of comedy do you like? Maybe
Um,
knock jokes and that.
no,
Why'd
not
the
into
chicken
knock
cross the
knock.
road?
I've got PTSD from knock knock jokes.
Oh, have you?
Yeah,
What happened?
just because my name's Iona, I would just constantly get it at school.
Oh, I own a car.
Yeah, not who's there, Iona who, you know.
Oh, yeah. Quite good.
Mm.
Okay. See, we asked if you get bullied and you said no.
It's not
Just-
bullying.
Right, okay.
Would you say it was bullying?
Listen, we'll talk about it off camera. I don't think it's appropriate. We'll do a session. Breathe. We'll go a cold plunge, you'll be fine. No, so Edinburgh Fringe, you going to it?
Going to Edinburgh Fringe, yes.
What day?
Not till it's a Tuesday.
And what are you going to see?
Don't know. We've not actually booked anybody yet.
Right, you can just turn up.
Because you can
and-
just turn up there. There's shows on all the time. We're thinking, to be fair, Tuesday we thought would be quieter than a weekend as well.
I don't think it matters there, does it? It's crazy.
know.
What? But like, comedy you're going to see,
Definitely, yeah, definitely
right?
comedy.
And just random people doing funny things.
Yeah, again, have you been, the Stand in Glasgow, like that's like a comedy club, and
Yep.
you can go sometimes and it's like absolutely brilliant, and then sometimes it's just a flop, and there's nothing worse than bad comedy.
So you've been to the Stand in Glasgow? Mm-hmm. Right, okay. And
Yeah,
what, just
quite a few
people-
times. It's good.
People just come in and do 10 minutes each?
Yeah, so like different nights of the week, it's like different things. So Friday and Saturday they'll have like headliner acts, and then like I think a Thursday's just, it's basically like an open mic kind of thing, and it's like much cheaper. It's like however much, and then yeah, people just go up and do it.
I always fancied giving it a go.
Did you?
Yeah, I could do stories about how miserable I am or something. But no, I just thought you could do some... Yeah, I know Jim Smith does it in Jim's class, but I was, I thought, he's good.
Yeah,
It's
you
like,
could. Yeah.
I wonder if I could try that. I just like a challenge. I'd like to do the warm-up for Jim's...
Oh,
I
yeah.
said to him I'd love to be his warm-up act.
Yeah.
So like, Jim, I know you'll be listening. Jim's going to come on soon, actually. I would love to, like, next tour he's doing that, if I do, like, the 20 minutes before it
Yeah.
and just tell
that'd be
some
funny.
stories. That'd be all right, eh?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Just
Because
for
you're so brave, I could never. That's like my worst nightmare.
having to do comedy.
Just standing up and talking.
Comedy's such a tough... But standing up and talking's easy. It's
I
having
can't.
to get a
I
laugh.
can't. My ego's.
Does it? I've seen you under
Voice
pressure,
shakes.
actually, is it?
It's-
Yeah.
I'm terrible. Well, even you guys
Do
to
you
do
say
it.
a lot?
I don't know. I struggle to get my words out. You guys to do a burn supper that you can't do next year, and then they asked if I would do it, and I was like, I physically couldn't. Like, and I would love to be able to do stuff like that, but
Yeah.
imagine me.
Try to do a burn supper.
Awful.
You could do reply to the lassies.
I couldn't. You know, I couldn't.
Or was it? Aye. Reply for the lassies. Got myself confused there. Yeah, you could do that. Anyway, I think I have to do Aaron burn supper actually next year.
Oh, that would be nice.
Well, I'm over there scanning at that time anyway, so it ties in. Because I'm over for the night, so I thought, well, if I'm over for a night, I'll make the most of it and maybe do that. I don't know if that's actually confirmed or not. That's a big news drop there, but anyway, that could be good crack. But listen, we better go on. That's us for this week. We are back on Friday with an interview, and we will try and do some more of these chats. Always leave us some comments. We got into a bit of detail there. We got some sheep-related stuff, but God, absolute nonsense when I think back on what we talked to. We need to get back into the questions. I like the structure of the questions.
Okay.
So viewer questions, drop them into us, podcast@fedbyfarmers.co.uk.
I don't. Do we have an email address that is that?
Yeah, we do. We get those.
Do we?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just not a question for a wee while because we stopped going on about it.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. And as always, thanks to our sponsors, Crystalyx and Animax. That's it for us. What I used to say, I've been Cammy.
I've been
I
Iona.
did it again. I went on a wee week there, didn't I?
I know. Can we get a jingle back?
Oh, welcome to the podcast. We're harvesting humour. Yeah, we could just. Why don't we just sing it ourselves?
Okay.
Right. Not this time though. Let me warm up to it. I've been Cammy,
I've been Iona.
and we're both
Fed by farmers.
fed by farmers. Meant to say it together, but that's right. Okay.